Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Gala's price chart, and I'm actually going to argue why in the short term we may see a move down, but that may not necessarily be a bearish sign. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. First things first, in my view, the overall scenario in Gala is still absolutely bullish. Why is that? Because if you want to argue that we're going to have our final low around here, then okay, we need to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. And guess what? We have exactly that. This is clear-cut impulse off of the lowest low into a wave 1, followed by probably, I'm going to say, an ABC flat into wave 2, a strong move up into wave 3, correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5. Now, because at the moment we are getting a move down, this doesn't mean that we should be like 100% bearish. No, in fact, this can absolutely be part of the bullish process, because what happens after a 5 wave up, even according to the most bullish count? You know the answer. We're going to get a move on the downside. Now, is this move going to be a correction structure or not? In my view, so far, we can absolutely argue that this does fall into the category of a corrective movement, and it seems like that, at least at the moment, it is kind of a slow and choppy move. Now, let's just measure timing wise. Okay, how long is it taking for us to have this move? As you can see, about, let's say, 800 candlesticks. On the other hand, in about 800 candlesticks, we managed to have this move up starting from the lowest low. So you can kind of make the argument for bears not necessarily being that strong in this region. However, this doesn't mean that from here we're going to go straight up. No, I mean, if we do get a move on the upside, maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order to take this important high, you know what, that's actually going to be a great sign, because at that point finding a 5 wave in this phase down is going to be sort of kind of a challenge, further confirming that we are having a bullish setup in here. But I'm gonna say we should probably in the next 24 to about 48 hours count on something like this to happen. Why is that? Okay, in the previous video we said this can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure, and followed by that we can have a corrective movement. And now, based on the recent candles, I think we can consider having an ABC zigzag, and in terms of the sub waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, possibly even a triangle, doesn't really matter a whole lot, and then another move down in form of a 5 wave into wave C. And what is happening in this initial phase now? I'm willing to bet we are most likely having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave to about this point. Followed by that, we can consider different counts, but I'm thinking this is probably going to be starting from here, an ABC flat into wave W, correction for wave X, and we may have another move on the upside in form of an ABC into our wave Y, meaning this is 5 wave down, this is a correction up, and what's next? Well, you know it, another most likely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down in order to take this low for the first target, about, let's say, 1.48 cents, but on a higher degree. I'm really hoping that we're gonna have simply the subwaves for a beautiful looking ABC zigzag. And when you zoom out a bit more, what do you have? Maybe fun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 1, correction for wave 2. And what's next if this count is going to be in play? You know the answer, a huge move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. For now, I do like to consider this thing as my primary count, suggesting we are going to soon in Gala get a move on the upside. But before that, if we get something like this, it's not going to be a bad sign at all. It's very important to understand that. Now, let's go on some higher time frames and see what is happening in terms of indicators, and then wrap up today's video. So, as you can see, in MACD, we are having a buy signal, which is a fantastic sign. On the other hand, though, in stock RSI, yep, now we are having a confirmed sell signal. So this may not be necessarily an optimistic sign, indicating maybe in the next couple of weeks, we are going to have either some more downward price action or maybe some more chopping around. My primary count at the moment at least suggests in weekly time frame scale, we are going to have some more chopping around and then another move up. But again, the general theme, because we are having a buy signal in Gala in weekly time frame in MACD, is going to be absolutely bullish. Now, what is going on in daily time frame? Okay, this is pretty much the opposite situation, because now we are having a buy signal in stock RSI, but on the other hand, a sell signal in MACD. So we are basically getting mixed signals in here. And what should we do? In my view, we should wait a little bit more and see buy signals in these two indicators at the same time in daily time frame in order for us to be bullish with a bit more confidence, and in the short term hope for some more upward price action, hopefully in form of a 1 2 3 4 5 in order to take this important high, but 1.8 cents. If we do this, I think at that point we are most likely going to take the highest side in here as well, about 2.1 cents, and we are probably going to go much higher than that. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Gala's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.